This video takes you through the process of creating billing entries in ACT using the QSalesData Billing Module. The QSalesData Billing Module lets you create billing entries when you clear activities in ACT, when you create history items in ACT, and also gives you the ability to manually create billing entries. Before we go ahead and create some billing entries, I do want to point out to you that you can control what activity types trigger a billing entry when you're either clearing activities or creating history items in ACT. So to configure these triggers, you go to Tools, QB Billing Config, and click on the Trigger Config button. And the ones on the right are the ones that are set to trigger the creation of billing entries. Basically what will happen is when you mark a billing activity complete or a meeting complete, it will pop up a question asking you, would you like to bill this? So now that we have that configured, let's take you through the process of creating some billing entries. First, let's show you how it works when you clear a calendar item. That's a typical way to do it. So we're on the calendar, and let's say we schedule our consulting visits on the calendar. And when we get back from our appointments, we will typically right-click on a calendar item and clear the activity. And when you do that, you'll get your normal clear activity options, and I can go ahead and put in some details here. Installed ACT on a new Windows 8 computer, configured and tested. And because the type is meeting here, when we click OK, it's one of the activity types that we set to trigger. When I click OK, it's going to ask me, would you like to bill this? If it's not one of the activity types that were set to trigger, then it would basically not show this message. So I'm going to go ahead and say yes, and it will take us to the bill something window. And from here we can go ahead and adjust the quantity, the price. This is the description. Basically we're going to create billing items down here. I'm going to click on add item, so that's a billing item. If while I was out there I sold something else, I do have the full list of QuickBooks items here. I can go ahead and pick, maybe I sold some ACT software. I'll also include a license of ACT with it, and I'll click OK. And notice if I make a mistake, I can also delete an item here. But that's the basic gist of it. And this billing entry or bill something screen is the one you'll use over and over again to create billing entries. So I'll click on OK. And that activity is cleared. And that entry, actually, if I go to that contact, will show up on the QB billing tab of that respective contact. So here you can see those two billing items with a status of unbilled. We can also create billing entries by going to the History tab or clicking on the History option. So I can click on History here. Let's do it for another contact, just to keep things fresh here. So let's do ABC Bank. And if I go to the History option, I'll click on History, and I will set it to a type that has a trigger. So I'll call it a billable activity, and let's say it was ACT training. And it was a 2-hour end user training session. And I do want to set this to 2 hours as well. And it was, let's say it started at 8 a.m. this morning. Okay, I'll hit OK. Because that type is set to trigger, it'll ask me, would you like to bill this? I'll say yes. And basically you're repeating that process, right? So in this case, I'm just going to add that item. I don't have any other associated items to add to it. I'll click on OK, and I created another billing entry for ABC Bank, Jim Cash. So we've created one from a calendar item, we've created one by creating a history, and we can also just click on the Bill Something button here on the QB Billing tab to take us to that same screen. So if I forgot to add something, for example, to this particular billing entry, I can just click on Bill Something and add another one. So let's say I also did an install, so I'm going to do Consulting 150, and I'll just say installed ACT on new workstation. Add that item, click OK, and now we have both of those billing entries. So once again, all the billing items go to the QB Billing tab of the respective contact in ACT, And then the next step, which is another video, is to tag your billing entries as ready to bill right before you invoice. So go ahead and watch that next video when you're ready. But we took you through the 3 main ways of creating billing entries using the QSalesData Billing Module. Thanks for your time.